Welcome to another edition of On the Spot. I'm your host, Josh Moprion. Today we're joined by Cailey Priem of the Athletic Training. Cailey, thanks for being here. This is your fourth year at Bethany. Tell us a little bit about where you came from, where you went to school, and how you ended up at Bethany.
Started over at MSU for my undergrad. Actually had a 10-week rotation here at Bethany, worked with Paul for those 10 weeks, kind of kept in touch with him. Went to grad school at Western Michigan for 2 years, and then, like I said, kept with Paul once the position at Bethany opened up. Talked with him a bit. First year didn't take it. It was only a part-time job, so I actually worked up at Crown College for a year, and then decided after that to come down and start here. Been here since.
So not only are you an athletic trainer, but you also take the role of senior women's administrator. Can you give us a little insight on what those responsibilities are?
I can. Unfortunately, being busy with athletic training, I don't probably pursue that as much as I could. It's actually a role trying to get females in higher administrative roles in athletics, rather than, I think a lot of misperception is that it's me representing female athletes specifically. But it's just getting females kind of in administrative roles. Gets me up to UMAC conference meetings, gets me being able to take some conferences in administration and see the role on that side of things as well.
So what's the best part of working at Bethany?
I'd have to say the sense of community here. I mean, it's a smaller school, but at the same time, it gives me the opportunity to really know my athletes, know the staff who I work with. I get to work directly with a lot of people, so it's probably the best part.
Since you've been here, what sport produces the most injuries?
Depends on the year. Probably women's soccer.
Really?
Yeah, just with concussions, also with the overuse stuff. Some of the non-contact, you get more overuse, but not the concussions as much.
So you said like concussions and everything. So what is the most gruesome injury that you have treated here at Bethany?
At Bethany?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that much gruesome stuff here. Probably, we had a basketball player that got collided with another opponent, and his front teeth got pushed backwards, so pulling that forward was probably the most.
So what about not at Bethany? So your entire career of athletic training?
Gory-wise or severity-wise?
Both.
Severity, I had a 12-year-old soccer player get slide tackled, and she had a dislocated ankle, so the turn foot is always a fun thing to look at. Otherwise, had actually teammates celebrating a goal, and they jumped on each other and collided chin with eyebrow, split both of them open pretty wide. So.
All right, so what is the busiest time of the year for you?
Probably have to be once basketball is going and baseball, softball overlaps, just with trying to get shared gym time and multiple sports going on at the same time.
Get a lot of foot traffic.
Yep, it's pretty crazy. Yep.
So many people confuse being a trainer and an athletic trainer as the same thing. Can you elaborate on the differences of that?
Quite a bit. Actually, I think my grandpa still thinks I'm a personal trainer, so there's a lot of confusion. I guess it's maybe in the title, but athletic trainer specifically working with treatment, rehabilitation, prevention of athletic injuries versus with the personal trainer kind of working on fitness specifically. We do work with return to play, so we are up in the weight room sometimes with athletes, but it's kind of a whole different dimension. So.
Cool. So what is a hobby that you enjoy outside of Bethany?
I just like being outside, I guess, whatever.
Just enjoying the Minnesota springs and stuff?
Got a couple dogs, so we stay outside and keep busy.
So what makes up the ideal outfit for an athletic trainer?
Ideal? We're known for khakis and polos. I mean, you walk into a place and one day I was over at a neighboring school and couldn't find their athletic training room, and all of a sudden saw somebody walk past with the khakis and polos, so I just followed her.
That's it?
Yep, so I guess that's probably what you're going to be looking at most of the time.
Okay, so what is the significance of the month of March in the world of athletic training?
Well, it's Athletic Training Month. It's kind of a big promotional, trying to get the specifics of athletic training out. Like I said, a lot of people still aren't totally sure everything what we're capable of and what we can do. So I think in a way we kind of looked at changing the name, like I said before, being an athletic trainer. I think a lot of people hear the trainer and think maybe that's where the confusion is, but I think we decided to embrace the name, and now we're just trying to promote the profession and let everybody know what we're capable of in our scope of practice. So yeah, March is kind of get our name out there, and hopefully people get to know what we can do. So
Cool. So in your experience, who are the more higher maintenance, the men or the women for sports?
Oh, I feel like you can't answer or ask me that.
No, I can't. Okay.
No. It really depends on the sport. I mean, I can't really straight up say one's worse than the other, I guess.
All right, so now we're going to do our speed round. I'm going to ask her 2 questions. You just have to answer one or the other, okay?
All
All right, so taping ankles or wrists?
right. Ankles,
Running or biking?
running,
Nike or Under Armour?
Under Armour,
Vikings or Packers?
Packers,
Cardio or lifting?
lifting,
Stim or ultrasound?
ultrasound.
All right, that was On the Spot. I'm your host, Josh Maprian. Thank you, Cailey, for being here. And we'll see you next week.